Hey guys, welcome back to another Queen Form video. In today's video, we're talking about Boost Infinite and how it's going to be one of the major carriers now thanks to Dish Network, and it's building out its own network. So let's get into it, guys. There hasn't been really a new carrier in 20 years is what it's saying. So it's mainly been the four, Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. So this time, finally, Dish Network is being that other carrier. So technically, there's only three, well, really four, if you include US Cellular. So this one would be the fifth carrier. So let's get into it, guys, and get into it. So it says, and lots of articles are covering this. So Boost Mobile basically is going up to postpaid instead of prepaid. So I'm guessing they will keep Boost Mobile as prepaid and Boost Infinite as a postpaid brand. So let's get into it, guys. You know, Dish Network, from just before I even read this article and discuss it with you guys, it's kind of going with what I believe Spectrum Mobile is going to. Since Dish offers TV, you could offer cell phones, kind of like AT&T and their internet, Comcast and all that stuff. So it says Dish revealed its first coverage maps for 2022 and 2023. Yesterday showed it, of course, showing people where they'll be able to get the new Boost Infinite brand service on the first new nationwide cellular network the US has seen in decades. Jesus. Early in the morning, so just bear with me, guys. It says coverage will start in mid-2022 with cities like Kansas City, St. Louis, Detroit, Omaha, and I don't know what happened there. Avoiding the the nation's most heavily populated coastal areas by 2023. Though all of that U.S. major cities will be covered. Like I said, I'm trying to skim through this with great swaths of native coverage area around Chicago and from New Hampshire down to Washington, D.C. Other parts of the country will be covered through roaming agreements through AT&T and T-Mobile. Wow. So as you guys can see, guys, it's not going to be everywhere. It's not going to be nationwide coverage just yet. It's only going to be available in a couple of major cities, but the real big, heavily populated ones will not. But once you do have the coverage and you go, you know, out of the coverage area, you will be roaming with either AT&T or T-Mobile's network. So not too bad at all. You know, it's pretty cool that at least you will be able to use the phone. Now, I'm guessing it'll be unlimited roaming, no overages or anything like that. I don't know if you guys know, but that's kind of what US Cellular does. They're kind of just available in certain areas. They have their own towers, but available only in certain areas. And then once you're out of those areas, you're roaming through either AT&T, I believe, or T-Mobile. Definitely AT&T now. It says the rollout is driven by the FCC mandate to cover 20% of the U.S. population by mid-2022 and 70% by 2023. So definitely rolling out right now, guys. You know, this year it's not going to be a lot. You know, they just need to cover 20%, and then by next year they need to cover at least 70%. So that'd be a big chunk, and maybe later on, you know, they'll cover even 99. Who knows? It says following Dish's attempt attention to cost, that means focusing on where the people are. By 2025, Dish plans to cover 80% of the population of the country. Wow. But will only be able to cover a third of the square mileage. It'll pick up the rest within the 10-year AT&T roaming agreement. Whoa. So basically, it looks like they have a 10-year roaming agreement with AT&T where they can roam off AT&T's network for 10 years. That should give them enough time to build out their network where they maybe not. They won't need as much roaming agreements with AT&T or T-Mobile. So let's look at the 2022 coverage map. So owned coverage. This is what Dish will own. So as you can see, it's only in certain little areas, little spots here. It looks almost like paint just splattered everywhere. I mean, look at this. Oh Lord. I mean, available in small little parts of the country, you know. Yeah. But remember, that's only 20%. By 2023, they expect to have more. Look at that. So by 2023, big difference. As you can see, look at that big chunk right there. More Florida up here as well, and more towards Texas and more towards California. Still, it's not going to be and anywhere near other carriers. Like I said, this reminds me of kind of like US Cellular's coverage map. It's available in certain parts, never more in the east than the west, but same thing. They have roaming agreements, so that's a lot of area to cover. So pretty cool. And then it looks like that blue is AT&T's roaming agreement. It says Dish emphasized its strategy to build the network fast, cheap, and very much under control. Almost all of its cell sites are co-located where other carriers, preventing the need for real estate acquisition. So they'll put these towers where other carriers already have theirs, basically. It says the carrier's use of Open RAN and virtualization means that it loads less hardware per site. Pretty cool. What it does load is much more easily upgradable through software than other carriers' systems are, he said. Wow. So it looks like right now Dish is selling Motorola Edge Plus phone in Las Vegas, which runs on 5G bands N66 and N71, but that's not the real strategy, thanks to the chairman saying that, basically. It says the carrier has been acquiring chunks of 3 different sub-brands all around 3.5 gigahertz. We would call these C bands, CBRS, and 3.45 gigahertz. Wow. So they're acquiring all these bands in different spectrum because they'll need this for their network. So I mean that's very smart. They're trying to compete with big boys. And I mean, they will need a bunch of spectrum and different bands and stuff. So, it says after a decade, we've accumulated 150 megahertz of mid and low band spectrum and over 1,000, wow, of high band millimeter wave frequencies. So, guys, they've been buying a lot of spectrum. If Dish want to do this, so that's what they're doing. Now, this is Boost Infinite. This is a new kind of postpaid. It's pretty cool. I think they're getting with, them being a new carrier, they're starting to get with the program and how crypto and everything. So it says, will Boost Infinite pay you in crypto? What? So this is another article, or another part of it. It says, I got in trouble months ago for interrupting a Dish press release, saying that the company wanted to pay users in crypto, but Dish EVP in retail wireless, the head of Boost, Steven Stokels, once again really made it sound like they were going to pay users in crypto. It says while Dish is currently selling the service under the Project Genesis moniker, basically he said that comes this fall, Boost Infinite will be the company's primary postpaid brand. So like I said, that's Boost Mobile Infinite. It's going to be their postpaid brand, and I believe Boost Mobile regular is going to be prepaid, and Boost Infinite the postpaid. So pretty cool. It says he didn't announce prices or service plans, but gave some hints. First of all, Boost price would go from competitive to aggressive to disruptive as network grows, and the company is able to host more customers on its network rather than roaming. So that is true, guys. It's a new carrier, so you do not want to have a high price. Or, my strategy to them would be they need to sell their network, or should I say their plans, cheaply and have aggressive switchover offers. Port over to us and you get a free phone. Half off of your bill for a year or two. Something aggressive, because it needs to attract new customers, because this network is going to die without a customer base. So if they don't have any subscribers, it's not going to do very well. So like I said, at first they're probably going to be really, really aggressive to try to get as much customers as they can. And of course, if they price the plans as aggressive as any other carrier, they'll do fine. If they have really high plans and costs, at that point, why wouldn't you just go with your competitor like Verizon or AT&T or whoever's out there, So you want to be cheap, aggressive, and disruptive, like I said, to gain lots of customers' trust, and they can enjoy the network. And as you build out the network and the customer base, then you can kind of change your pricing, I would say. He suggests that people who use less less data would pay less, as opposed to one size fits all unlimited data pricing. So they probably have different plans, some for users that don't use that much data, but come on guys, everybody wants unlimited data. It says 21,000 offline carriers owned stores, and made a strong argument for eSIM support, saying that he wanted to make it easy to switch carriers and plans without physical stores or SIMs. Wow. So maybe they're going to go the way of, Visible Mobile, where they don't have physical stores. You just do everything online. There's US Mobile as well. Same thing, no physical stores, at least near me, or that I know of. And you can just order your SIM or do eSIM and do everything online. So which would save the company a lot of money. So it says turn your unused data into a real digital currency, paying you in crypto. So maybe it's going to be a payback plan where if you don't use your data, they'll kind of like a payback, but they'll pay you in digital currency like crypto. So that might be something pretty cool. And it says more details coming out soon. So let me know in the comments below what you think, guys. No pricing or anything, but they are saying they're going to be aggressive, disruptive and everything. And very competitive pricing. So this is pretty cool. I'm excited for it. Have more to come. Pretty cool. It says Boost Infinite. So hey guys, who knows? More details coming your way. Are you excited for this, or will you just stick with Boost Mobile prepaid? So I don't know. Depends on the price, I would say. So let's check it out.